Welcome to another quick review from Ultimate DIY. Today we're going to take a look at these electric mixers. This is the one I've currently been using, and you can see that it is caked up. It gets quite a bit of use. I try to keep it clean, but it's still going to cake up if you're using it on a daily basis. So what we're going to do is I'm going to open up a brand new one here. I'm going to show you what's in the box, how we put it together, and then stay tuned because we're going to go outside and we're going to mix up a batch of mortar. You'll see how I mix it and how I try to keep this from caking up quite so much. So let's go ahead and let's look at what's in the box. So when you first open it, it's going to come in a nice little box just like this. Mine had a little bit of a rip here on the side because it's a bit of a heavy unit. You're going to see how they actually store these, because you're probably trying to figure out how in the heck are they getting this thing in the box anyway. But it ripped through the backside a little, did not hurt the unit at all. So just be prepared. You might get a little rip. Don't panic. Open up the box, take a look, make sure everything's there, make sure it's okay. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to have a problem with this unit. Like I said, it's heavy duty. So I'm going to pop it open, and this is what it's going to look like when it's open. And this is the piece that actually broke through the side, and that's why I said it's not going to hurt anything, because basically this is the first part of the bar on the actual mixer. They do give you some freebies in here. This is one of your freebies, and you're going to have another one in a second. I'll show you. But they give you a nice little set of work gloves. Now, you may not use these on a lot of your everyday stuff, but these are great for small projects, and at least, hey, they're free. So, nice freebie. Thank you. So let's go ahead and let's move on and see what else is in here. So we have this bar. Then you're going to have the lower part of the bar, which is going to be up here, which is going to be basically all of your shaft system for mixing. And these are simply just going to screw together. We'll do that in just a second. Let's see what else is in here first. The next component is going to be the actual motor. So overall, this is your complete system, and the motor is 100% put together. If you ever need to change out the brushes, they're going to be located up here on each side. And you will just simply unscrew those, put your new brushes in, and you're rocking and rolling again. So we will put this all together in just one second, but we're going to set it here first and see what else is in the box. So we've moved this over. The only thing I have left is going to be, let's do this first, going to be your instruction manual, which is going to tell you how to use the unit, how to set it up. We'll set that right here. And these are a couple more of the freebies I was talking about. One of them, they're going to give you a couple of wrenches to be able to tighten everything, take it apart. If you want to travel with this taken apart, you can. I leave mine generally put together, but if you need to, you've got these, and you should keep these in a toolbox. If you have a work trailer, work truck, I just throw them in the top of that box, so that way you always have them. Now you can always use an open-end wrench or an adjustable open-end wrench and take these on and off as well, but it's nice to have the ones that fit it without having to mess with that. It also comes with a whole new set of brushes. So I have had this unit for probably about 2 years now, and I have never had to replace the brushes. But it's nice they give you another set, so it means it's going to last you a long time. If those brushes start wearing out, you just pull those sides off like I showed you, put the new ones in. So some nice little freebies there. The other thing I wanted to point out is the triggers. Now this has basically a locking mechanism. The trigger's here, and you can push this little button here when you push the trigger in, and it's going to lock that trigger in for you. So you don't have to sit there and keep triggering it. It'll just keep blending. It also has a speed dial control over here on the left side, so that I can control it all the way up fast, all the way slow. I can put it wherever I need to put it to be able to blend. And you may ask yourself, why do you really need that? Why don't you just do it all on high? When you were mixing very heavy components like concrete aggregate, or you were using a mortar, it's very thick. So you don't want to just jump your unit all the way down in there on high speed and try to rip that loose. Go in at a slow speed, start mixing, and then slowly speed your blender up so that it will blend and mix at an easier rate on the motor, and then it will also do a better job of the mixing. So let's go ahead and put the actual mixer together. I'm going to turn it upside down. First thing I'm going to do, let's go ahead and get our little wrenches out. We know we're going to need them. got the little wrenches right here. And we're going to sit down. We're going to put the bottom mixer on first. Actually, it's going to go like this one. Just like that. And then we're going to take and twist it in here with the nut on the very bottom. There we go. And then we're going to take and see if we can actually turn these. Lock that in place and lock. There it is. It doesn't take a whole lot, guys, to get this locked down. Just like that, and that quick, that easy. It's ready to go. All we have to do now is plug it into a regular outlet and start mixing. So we're going to break from here. We're going to go outside with a bucket and some mortar, and we're going to mix. So let's go do that. The very first thing I'm going to tell you is I always have two buckets when I'm mixing. One of them is going to be fresh water. So when I get done mixing, I will take the end of the mixer and I will run it in the fresh water. That will help get a lot of that off. And then I just set it down in there and let it stay nice and wet for the next one. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hose and we are going to go ahead and put a little water in the bottom to begin with. I always put some to start. It keeps it from clumping up so bad at the very bottom. So we'll do that. Just a little. You don't need a whole lot. And then if you don't have a mask, be sure you wear one. Anytime you're dealing with concrete or you're dealing with mortar, it has a lot of silica in it. You do not want to breathe that in. So be sure you're wearing some protection. We're going to go ahead and put that on. Just like that. And I'm going to take the camera and bring it in so that you can see how well this actually mixes. All right, so we're all plugged in, and I have not even tried to turn it on yet. Let's make sure she works. And she does. And I have it on the slow speed. That's going to be about number 2. We're going to take a little mortar, and we're going to go ahead and pour it in. There we go. Just about there looks good. That's going to give us a nice little mix. Take our mortar, put it back over here, and hopefully you can hear me through the mask. But that is what it looks like. And now we're simply going to take and start blending, and you're going to go slow. All right. I can go ahead now and take that mask off because I have blended everything so that I don't have powder coming out. And now we're going to turn it up a little. So we're going to reach over here and we're going to crank this up a little bit. And I pay close attention to the edges. And I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit more water because we are just a tad dry. Probably about like that's all we need. And we are on number 4. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put that on 9, our high speed. Now it's going to move pretty quick. I'm going to tilt it a little so you can see. Now that is with it locked so that I don't have to keep holding the trigger. And all you do is pull it again to release. So now that it's mixed, I spin it, I get the excess off, and this is where that water is going to come in. And that takes most of it off and makes it nice and clean for the next one. Sometimes you'll have to use a rag or a brush and go ahead and brush it off. Just be sure you unplug it when you do that. So there you go, guys. They are great units. They are fantastic. If you want a mixer that's going to last you a long time and mix very well, very easily, and something that's portable you can carry around, I don't think you're going to go wrong with these. If I was rating these on a scale of 1 to 5, I'd have to give it 5 stars. If I could give it 6, I would. Do yourself a favor, pick yourself up 1 or 2 today, and we'll see you guys on the next one.